You may be seated. Good afternoon. We are so happy to be in Elmore Gym this afternoon. Everybody give everybody a warm round of applause. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the celebration of the 147th anniversary of the founding of the illustrious Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University. On this day, we celebrate the rich and storied legacy of this great institution, and we honor the vision, courage, and determination of our founder, the Reverend Dr. William Hooper Council, and the countless men and women whose shoulders upon which we stand. Now please stand again for the presentation of the colors, and then remain standing for the national anthem. You may be seated. Greetings will now be offered by the Vice Chairman of our board, Trustee Dr. Dwayne Watts, followed by the responsive reading and invocation by Reverend Dr. C. Jermaine Turner. Dr. Watts.
Good evening, everyone. I bring you greetings on the behalf of the Board of Trustees of Alabama A&M University. Now, for those of you that were at graduation earlier, our illustrious President Pro Tem of the Board of Trustees said that today's graduating class was the best graduating class ever. Now, I'm sure there are some people here, Dr. Williams,
yes, sir,
that would not necessarily agree with your point of view, especially the golden class, right? We want to thank everyone for being here with us today. Enjoy this moment and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Would you please stand for our responsive reading? Psalms 37, verses 23 through 37. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. The law of his God is in his heart, none of his steps shall slide. The Lord will not leave him in his hands, nor condemn him when he is judged. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Together, mark the perfect man and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. Would you pray with me? O Lord our God, how excellent is thy name. For the manifold blessings that we have received on this day, God, we say thank you. We thank you today, God, for the opportunity to collectively assemble in this gymnasium to celebrate Founders Day and Convocation. We thank you, O God, for the founder of this illustrious institution, for his leadership, for his vision, and for his direction. We thank you, O God, for how many lives this institution has touched. And we pray now, God, for the student body, the staff, the faculty, and administration. We pray, O God, for our trustee board. We pray, O God, for our president. Continue to give him vision, insight, and direction. We pray now, God, for the proceedings that will take place on this day, that everything that is done and said will be done to glorify your name. It is in Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Turner. Now the poem, The Old Normal Spirit, will be recited by Miss Raven Johnson. Following the poem, the University Choir will sing their concert version of Lift Every Voice and Sing, followed by Miss Betsy Williams, who will introduce today's speaker.
Good afternoon. I will be reciting The Old Normal Spirit by our fellow alumna, Elizabeth Gregg. A&M, how blessed art thou on this memorial hill, whose life has sprung from a dream within, whose vision projects from a spirit untold, whose strength came from a man of old. This man knew no comfort, this man knew no love. This man, yet he toiled unceasingly, untiringly, to inject into thine heart a spirit, so that man can come from the boundaries of the world and partake on thine happiness. Thy streets bustled as thy birthday came, and the spirit could be felt as it transcended. Thy young man hustled, thy devotees stared in awe and wondered. Thy formal children, young and old, conversed, welcoming this happy reunion. Thy students grinned aloud. Others passed to and fro as if it was going nowhere. And in a distance, thy drums could be heard, depicting the pangs of glee, felt by many in days gone by. Hark, as I stopped to listen, the spirit was real. A&M, thy life has started from a man of old. For in thy cafeteria grounds lay neatly beneath a tomb the frigid bones of majestic self-sufficiency and wonderful clarity. That staunch-looking man, that man of stamina, that man of excellence. But A&M, did he mean for the old spirit to die? Did he mean for it to be substituted or counterfeited? There are reasons for thy presence on this hill. In the middle of thy grounds is the old spring of thy birth, the favored meeting place of men and women of old who, after a long, laborious day, needed to be comforted. Here they would come smiling, though with knitted, work-worn brows and rest. On the rise behind the spring hangs the old bell, which, since 1891, chimed ever so beautifully, outpouring the spirit of those happy yesteryears. Embedded in hearts of Normalites are traditional landmarks, Palmer Hall, Hurt Hall, Langston Hall. I envision their eyes glistening, the Councils, the Drakes, the Thomases, the Elmores. When they talked of courting at the spring, fetching water in wee hours of the morning for breakfast table in Langston Hall. I feel a sense of pride along with them as their womanhood and manhood were developed with old normal spirit. Council meant for that spirit to live on. A&M, are you still proud of your heritage? Do you feel the need to go forward for thy spirit never feared? Do you have a sense of togetherness for thy spirit never hated? That man of old, he meant for that old normal spirit to live on and on. Thank you.
Let every voice and say
Let's give them another warm round of applause. We can do better than that. Thank you, Dr. Carney. Please forgive me, but Mrs. Williams was not able to be with us this afternoon. So we've asked trustee and alum and her sorority sister, Trustee Nichelle Gainey, to introduce our speaker for this afternoon. Trustee Gainey.
Thank you, President Williams. It is an honor on behalf of the President, the trustees, the faculty, and distinguished guests. It gives me an honor to introduce not only my soror, an alum, but also a good friend. It is our pleasure today to have the Honorable Linda Coleman Madison here in our attendance today that will bring to us an amazing speech to motivate us on this year's class reunion. Senator Coleman was elected to the Alabama State Senate in November 2006. She currently serves as her fourth term representing Senate District 20. Senator Coleman Madison serves as the Democratic Caucus chairperson. Senator Coleman also serves on the following Senate committees: Finance and Taxation, General Fund, Health and Human Services, Governmental Affairs, Judiciary Rules, Children, Youth and Human Resources, Sunset, and Local Legislation 2. In her professional career, she also, before becoming a state senate, she taught children with disabilities in the Birmingham school system. She worked in the marketing administration for the Jefferson County Transit Authority and as a recruitment specialist for the Birmingham chapter for Americans Red Cross, where she also served as a board member. Senator Coleman also serves on various national, local, and state government communities and boards, and holds leadership position at each level, which includes Regional Vice President of the National Foundation for Women Legislators, Second Vice President of the National Black Caucus of Local Elected Officials, Executive Committees, National Organization of the Black Elected Officials, and President of the Birmingham Park and Rec Board. If you us in this government. She also holds has also done further work in her studies at Sanford and Birmingham College. It is an honor to welcome my sorority sister, Delta Delta, distinguished legislator and a friend, to the podium to bring greetings and a speech to our class, governing class of 50. Yeah.
Hello, Bulldogs. Hello, Bulldogs. I can't hear you. All right, I like folks talking back. First of all, I'm just saying, take a minute and just exhale and breathe. I don't know about your day, but this has been a rush day for me. And I know there have been a lot of changes here for you all, but you know, it all works out. I would be remiss, first of all, if I did not say salute to the golden class, which I am a member. Let's give them a round of applause. It's so much happening now with good guys. You guys look good. You all look good. They have my gold robe and cap and gown and everything. And also my sorority sister and sister in the legislature, State Representative Laura Hall, which most of you all know here. Laura, would you please stand? Laura is the representative. Yes, Laura, stand. Laura has been my mentor in the state legislature. When I first got to the House, I served in the House for one term. And it's been a roller coaster ride this year. And let me first of all say, it is really an honor and a privilege for me to be back here on the Hill, seeing all the progress and seeing all of you all. I attended a prayer breakfast. I want to share a small story, sort of as an icebreaker here. I attended a prayer breakfast yesterday, and the speaker was J.J. Pruitt. Most of you all know J.J. because he's on the news. And he told this story about a gentleman who was doing a research in an African village, studying the customs and traditions of the people of this particular village. And on that particular day, he was with the young people, the children. And he wanted them to do a race for him. He says, okay, I want everybody to line up behind the spot here, and we're going to have a race. And when I count to 3, I want you to run as fast as you can to the end down there, what you'll see. And at the end, there's a big pot of candy, and whoever finishes this race is going to win the whole candy, all the candy. So he says, are you ready? So all the kids lined up, and he counted. He says, okay, get ready, get set, go. And you would think that most of the kids would start off in a big, heavy sprint. But they didn't. They all joined hands, and they all skipped down to the finish line, and they all got there together. He was puzzled by this. He says, why didn't you all, I know some of you all could have made it on your own and could have won and had all of that candy for yourself. It says, why didn't you do it? So one of the young people said, I am not happy if my friends and cousins and brothers and sisters are not happy. I can't be happy if they are not happy. This is why we are here. The theme of advancing our legacy and reuniting our future. There's a lot to be said for that. Well, it's been said and believed by a lot of people that great works must begin with a great or strong foundation, because a foundation is the base or the bedrock upon which we build. Hence the reason for this celebration. We are building on the bedrock or the foundation of this institution. Now, this holds true for the celebration that we have here today as we remember and honor the heritage and legacy of our founder, William Hooper Council, and the establishment of Alabama A&M University. We are here today because as we continue to strive, reunite, and rebuild, it is our goal to ensure that that torch that was passed on to us, this legacy, is passed on to future generations. The foundation of Alabama A&M University started during very hard times. And I don't know if you've actually taken time to go back. I know when we were here on the Hill, everybody was too busy, or we sang the song, or we knew who William Hooper Council was. But you know, I don't know, I know I didn't. Just take the time to delve into who is this person? It was very hard times to establish a college, especially for Negro children. So as we reflect on that time, looking back at the beginning, let us take a glimpse in what was happening during that time during 1875 and those preceding years, so that you can kind of understand. You know, we complain today, and we say we have it hard. Our children complain even more. They really got it good. Although I was here when I remember we did have it pretty good, because I remember when they used to do laundry for us. The class over here would remember. We took our laundry, and the guys enjoyed it because they would come back and have all their jeans and shirts all shining, the brown paper, and everything was all covered. We had it good. I particularly enjoyed the lunchroom, the cafeteria. I didn't miss any meals. Even though I was Q Pledge sweetheart, I didn't miss any meals. Anyway, founded in 1875 as a normal school for Negroes, Alabama A&M acquired its present name in 1969. And by an act of the state legislature, they increased the budget or appropriations from $1,000 to $2,000. But actually, this was not the official site. In 1875, the school was opened on May 1 at a church on Eustis Street with just 61 students with principal council. But by 1878, the population began to grow, and of course, the legislature kindly gave us $2,000. But I had to ask myself, who is this William Hooper Council? I mean, you know, it takes a person with a big dream and an even bigger vision, commitment, and fortitude to step out there because he had nothing. Let's just look at his life. Well, my research found that William Hooper Council was born in 1848 in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He was a former slave whose family escaped to Canada in 1854, and the young council later was taken to Huntsville by slave traders. And he watched at that time, he and his brothers being sold on an auction blocker, and his brothers whom he never saw again. So now you're being taken away and separated from your family. It was also during the time coming up of the Civil War. He was reunited with the remaining brothers, and they were taken to a rural area by the Union Army. And by the end of the war, they escaped. He attended school on a part-time basis, thanks to the Freedmen's Bureau, who opened a school by the Northerners. And this is where council remained until 1867, where he began teaching. Just with that little bit of education that he had, he began to teach and share with somebody else. He was the first person to teach a school for black students outside of the city in northern Alabama, a position that, as you can well imagine, it drew opposition from the Ku Klux Klan. He helped start the Lincoln School, which is just 4 miles from Huntsville, in 1868, with 36 students in 1870. Now, during Reconstruction and the war, he served in a number of positions. And you just wonder, how did this person do it with so little? What was that fire, that drive that pushed him? He served as assistant enrollment clerk for the Alabama legislature. They don't mention that in history. In 1872 and in 1874, he was a secretary for the Colored National Civil Rights Convention in Washington, D.C. Great legacy. In 1873, he taught at Morris Brown College in Atlanta, Georgia. He also edited a newspaper called the Negro Watchman, and also in Huntsville, he served as an editor. And what amazes me through all of this is that here is this person who was a slave, and I look at these young people here. I often hear the excuse by some young people who don't know anything about slavery and want to make the excuses that we can't because my ancestors came from slavery, or we were denied. Sure, all of those things happen. But Hooper was a slave. William Hooper Council was a slave. His family was torn apart. He had little education, but God gave him something up here. And that same thing, that torch, that light that he gave Hooper, William Hooper Council, he passed that on to us. Yes, it is amazing how someone who had so little, with so many barriers at that time, just think, it was right after slavery had ended in 1865 that he began to focus on educating and providing opportunities for young black children, right after slavery. He used this connection that he had in the Democratic Party, the state legislature, and anywhere that he could to gain approval for his plan, because he had the vision of building a state normal school for Negroes in 1875. Becoming its first principal and later the president, he was married to Maria H. Whedon of Huntsville in 1884. Well, you know, the rest is history, because that's really where most of us pick up. He came to A&M and he established a college, but you know, where it seems like there was no light at the end of the tunnel, I look at it as there was probably not even a tunnel. You don't see any way out. But he had hope. There's always hope, even in the darkest places. There's always hope. He didn't see the light. Now, what I heard when I was up here, and some of the golden class can probably remember, we were always, this story about how he would have to go around and the choir is still A number one. And at that time, he took the choir and went around to various organizations to raise money for the college. And some of you probably heard the story that at one event, they didn't want to hear the choir. They wanted him to sing an old Negro spiritual. And from what I heard at that particular time, you know, it was embarrassing, it was demeaning, but he sang that song because it wasn't about him. It was about the bridge that he was building and the people who was going to cross that bridge. Well, for many, this week is where we pick up the life of our founder. Never knowing exactly who William Hooper Council really was or the obstacles that he overcame. Slavery, separation from family, Civil War, Reconstruction, the Depression, even going through demeaning and derogatory insults. Nothing prevented him from achieving his dream. The dream to educate and establish a school for black children. Without that vision, without a William Hooper Council, none of us would be here today. None of the generations to come who came after us would have the opportunity or be afforded the opportunity to have a better quality of life. Yes, we are blessed by the life of William Hooper Council, who gave his all so that you, and you and all of us might shine. So as we come together this weekend to honor and celebrate this great legacy, we must not be remiss or fail to recommit to the advancement and preservation of this great legacy. This bridge that we all cross to get us to the so-called promised land. It was Horace Mann who once said that education is the great equalizer of men. So we must be committed to ensuring that the light on the hill continues to shine brightly for generations to come. Like our founder, William Hooper Council, we must rekindle that spark that is within us. Nurture it with our support. I'm talking about the folding kind, the kind that you bequest, so that our efforts can be multiplied and grow, and that flame can guide others to the hills of normal, just like it guided us to Alabama A&M. Founders Day is also the day when the past, the present, and the future all come together, taking a vow to uplift this great institution to its most highest possible heights and dimensions. Yes, 100-fold 47 years rooted. On this anniversary of Alabama A&M University, let us stand up. Let us stand tall and be resolved in our mind and in our efforts to support our alma mater so that future generations may shine and the light of our great founder, William Hooper Council, will continue to shine. Thank you very much.
Oh, we can do better than that. Let's please give her a resounding standing ovation. Senator Coleman Madison, our new Vice President Jamal Ali told me to tell you we take crypto now too. Can you please come forward, dear Senator? On behalf of the Alabama A&M University family, we would like to present you with this medallion, and it reads, this presidential medallion is presented to the Honorable Linda Coleman Madison, Alabama State Senator, former state representative, and astute force on the Birmingham City Council, a formidable employee and voter rights advocate, and loyal daughter of the William Hooper Council legacy. For her impeccable dispositions, which has served as a role model for numerous men and women in the realm of public service. For her steadfast commitment to the mission of her alma mater. For her current impact within the Alabama State House, Senate House, and her proven success within the Alabama House of Representatives. For her far-reaching support of the American Red Cross, the National Foundation of Women Legislators, Incorporated, and numerous organizations in the Birmingham metropolitan area. For her service on the state committee related to confirmations, finance and taxation, education, governmental affairs, health, and others, and especially for her leadership in bringing to fruition the many initiatives of her 147-year-old alma mater and his sister HBCUs. Alabama A&M University hereby expresses its gratitude for her tireless, unwavering dedication to our education and the noble mission of this institution. This 6th day of May in the year 2022 at the Founders Day observation at historic Alabama A&M University, Huntsville, Alabama, signed Daniel Wims, President, and the Honorable Tiffany Johnson Cole, Secretary, Board of Trustees. Thank you. Thank you again, Senator Coleman. The university is always pleased to welcome home our brave, loyal sons and daughters. We appreciate your presence. We thank you for your past and present support, and we encourage you to be even more supportive of our dear alma mater in the futures. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to recognize the members of the golden class of 1972. Would you please stand and be recognized? We are honored to have with us alumni who have graduated in the years ending in 2s and 7, celebrating the class reunion this weekend. Would you also please stand and be recognized? Before we introduce our Alumni of the Year, we're going to ask the golden class to please come forward and receive their golden class diplomas.
Cynthia Adams. Blaney Batts. Floria Gilmer Brown. Gwendolyn Oates Bryant. Tommy Scott Byers. Linda Coleman Madison, the Honorable. Jacqueline Laverne Cox. Patricia Myatt Davis. Lily C. Diamond. Joyce Tibbs Douglas. Dorothy Downing. Ooh. Harvey Floyd. Congratulations. Okay. Harvey Floyd. Hold on. Wait, Essie Ford Gilchrist. Dorothy M. Gibbs. Carolyn Brown Harris. Donald M. Hodge. You look so lovely. Jocelyn Woodard Hunt. Want me to read your address and everything? Barbara Johnson. Ferris Jones. Annie Lois Allen Keith. Dexter Kennedy. Roxana King. Sue Carol Silman Massey. Edna Renee Matthews Devens. My DC guy, Jonathan McMullen. Jamal Ali. Jonathan McMullen. My man. Matilda Merriweather. Oscar L. Montgomery. Ingrid Burks Moore. Hold on. Kenneth Morgan. Elizabeth Russell Owens. Robert L. Piegler. Sandra Pierce. Lurie V. Pope. Congratulations. Thank you. Betty Crittenden Reese. Shirley A. George Robinson. Wait, right here. No, I was saying wait right here. That's yours. Mildred Perry Staples. DC, Jamal Ali, president of the DC chapter. Yeah. Evelyn McMullen Stevens. Sorry, Mr. President. Maxine Burrell Townsend. Okay, say it again. Okay. You want it one more time? Maxine Burrell Townsend. Langston J. Walker. Adrian Pope Kelly Washington. Annie Phillips Watley. Mary Owens Williams. Congratulations. Tommy Jean Wright Gilbert. Let's give them all another round of applause. The golden class of 2022.
Will the golden class now please be seated? Give them another warm round of applause. At this time, Ms. Mary Jones Moore will introduce our Alumna of the Year. Please welcome her.
Great evening. President Williams, board members, distinguished guests, especially to our speaker, the Honorable Linda Coleman Madison. As you all have heard, she's a member of the greatest sorority in the whole wide world, Delta Sigma Theta. As we celebrate 147 years of the founding of the Alabama A&M University, let's reflect on the journey of our founder, William Hooper Council, and the growth of our beloved university. A former slave, he was a man of many talents, a lawyer, author, newspaper editor, an educator, politician, and minister. His determination depicted the words found in Isaiah 54:17, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." A man of faith, I'm sure if he was here today, he would say, "This is great, but we can do better. We can be greater." So it is, the Alabama A&M National Alumni Association would like to highlight one of William Hooper Council's great soldiers, the 2022 Alumna of the Year, Ms. Henrika Buchanan. I am not going to read her bio, but I will cite some of her accomplishments. A native of Hillsborough, Alabama, she currently resides in Alexandria, Virginia, and is a member of the Washington Metro Alumni Chapter. In 1997, she received her bachelor's degree in political science and master's degree in urban and regional planning in 1999. Henrika received her law degree from Georgetown Law Center. She serves on several Alumni Association committees and played a pivotal role in the successful development and implementation of our virtual membership drive, which resulted in over 200 members, new members, joining the association. During the first phase of our HBCU Our Responsibility fundraising campaign, she worked closely with the committee chairs in helping to raise $90,000. We are currently in phase 2 of the campaign with the goal of raising $100,000. She was instrumental in helping plan, organize, and execute the 2021 Virtual National Conference. Currently, Henrika, along with the 2021 Alumna of the Year, Ms. Shelby King, serves as co-chairs for the 2022 Summer Conference, which will be held in June. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our 2022 Alumna of the Year, Ms. Henrika Buchanan. I'd like to say Henrika is one of my babies. She was one of my cheerleaders, and she still is a cheerleader just like me. We're always cheerleaders.
So I'd like to acknowledge the president and the trustees of this great university, elected officials, faculty, staff, and importantly, our students. It's my honor to receive the Alumna of the Year during what is my 25th, my silver anniversary of graduating from Alabama A&M University. So let me first start by saying congratulations to you, Dr. Williams, on becoming the 12th president of this illustrious Alabama A&M University. You've been entrusted with this jewel of the South, a great treasure, a true treasure, and I look forward to collaborating with you and partnering with your team as we take what is a great institution and continue to move it toward the vision of being the premier land-grant institution in the country, recognized across the globe, and prepared to educate many generations of students to come. We're going to be here for you, and we're going to be here for your kids as well. I'd like to also acknowledge the president of the National Alumni Association, Ms. Mary Jones Moore. I thank you for your leadership, and I thank you for placing me in some key positions that allowed me to focus on membership and fundraising. These are critical areas for ensuring that the association can fulfill its mission of galvanizing support for the university and its students and our former alums. So I also want to make sure there are several former alums of the year in the audience. If you'd stand, I see Miss Sarah, I see Letitia. I want to recognize those that have come before me because it's on your shoulders that I stand. So thank you. I also must acknowledge my now former Washington, D.C. alumni president and now VP of Marketing, Communications, and Advancement, Mr. Jamal Ali, our wonderful alumni affairs team, the dynamic duo, Director Sandra Stubbs and Ms. Susan Eason. Whatever I can bring to the university, I will endeavor to bring it. I will use my resources, my connections in support of Alabama A&M. At my company, HNTB, our CEO, Rob Slimp, and the corporate president of development, Doug Mann, have challenged each of our division presidents and each of our local office leaders to look and assess how HBCU partnerships will fit within their plans for the future. I'm excited about the possibilities to come for HBCUs as opportunities for more substantial corporate partnerships continue to emerge. So lastly, I must acknowledge my VIPs, the very influential people in my life. I have my sister, Tanya Buchanan Owens, and I'm going to say my oldest sister because I know she's told many of y'all that I'm the baby sister. She's a 1988 graduate of Alabama A&M University, and she's here with me today. I need to acknowledge Miss Marjorie Battle. God put Miss Battle in my life the first week that I came to Alabama A&M University. And for all of these years, she still calls me. She has constantly given me consistent love and support, and it's sometimes tough love, but it helped mold me into the woman that I am today, and that for that, I love you and thank you. Last but certainly not least, I must acknowledge the giant on whose shoulders I stand, my father, Henry Buchanan, class of 1970. I stand here as a fourth-generation Bulldog, but I stand on the shoulders of this first-generation Bulldog that worked his way through Alabama A&M in the dairy and on the farm. He has been my biggest advocate. He has been my biggest cheerleader. He truly is my best friend. I love you, and I promise I'm going to continue to strive to make you proud. So to my fellow alums, my class, the silver class of 1997, to the golden class of 1972, and after being in the hotel, I'm an honorary member, and our diamond class members of 1962. I am honored to be your Alumna of the Year. I look forward to working with you as we use our resources, our skills, our talents, and our dollars to support the students and the university's needs. Now is the time for our HBCUs. We must be prepared to meet the moment by ensuring that resources are there to maximize the opportunity to leverage federal dollars, philanthropic dollars, and corporate resources. Remember that Alabama A&M is our HBCU. It is our responsibility. So let's get to work. May God bless each of you, and may God bless Alabama A&M University.
All right, we can do better than that. Let's give Sister Buchanan another warm round of applause for all that she does and has contributed to her alma mater. She has agreed to help lead one of our advisory councils, and we're very, very happy to have her input. She's already started telling me what to do, but I am so happy to know that I'm not the only one that Marjorie Battle tells what to do to. So with that being said, please ready for this wonderful rendition of Walking into History by Richard Sakito. I hope I'm saying that right. That our University Wind Ensemble will provide for us under the guidance of Mr. Carlton Wright, conductor. Mr. Wright. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Our wonderful band will be competing in the National Battle of the Bands in late August in Texas. Give them a warm round of applause. And everybody should know, but if you don't know, you ought to know that they'll be in the Macy's Parade, Thanksgiving Parade in 2023. So we're very, very proud of them. Thank you to Mr. Wright. We are very honored to recognize the Dr. Richard D. Morrison awardee. Dr. Morrison granted us permission to have this award named in his honor. The recipient of the award possesses and demonstrates through their dedication and commitment a quest to better humankind through civic engagement, community service, and education. This year's recipient is none other than the Honorable Linda Coleman Madison. Senator Coleman, please come to the podium and accept your award. Congratulations. All right, let's give her another warm round of applause. Now please join me in recognizing our Award of Excellence recipients. This is a time when we pay special recognition to our faculty and staff here on the campus. They are the heart and soul of the university. At Alabama A&M, we are fortunate to have dedicated faculty and staff members who are our most valued assets. For that reason, we have initiated the Employee Excellence Awards. These awards, given to our exemplary faculty and staff members, are determined by the recommendation and voting of their peers. Beginning with the Faculty Award, each recipient will receive a certificate and a $500 honorarium, and the University Professor of the Year and University Staff Employee of the Year will each receive an honorarium of $1,000. Presenting the Faculty Awards of Excellence will be Dr. Lena Walton, Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and presenting the Staff Awards of Excellence will be Dr. Linda Batiste, Interim VP for Fiscal Affairs. Please come forward.
Good afternoon. For the Faculty Award of Excellence, the first is presented to a faculty with excellence in teaching. This year's winner is Dr. Ed Pearson from the Department of Computer Science in the College of Engineering, Technology, and Physical Sciences. Dr. Pearson, please come forward. Another round of applause for Professor Pearson. The Excellence in Scholarship Research, Creative Activity, and other professional contributions go to Dr. Anyan Biswas. He is from the Department of Computer Science and the Department of Physics, Chemistry, and Mathematics in the College of Engineering, Technology, and Physical Sciences. For the excellence in service to the university community, the winner of this year's award is Dr. Jill Kuhn. She is from the Department of Communications Media, College of Education, Humanities, and Behavioral Sciences. She inspires me every day. The next award is for excellence in faculty advising, mentoring. This award goes to Dr. Takesha Durham, Department of Teacher Education and Leadership, College of Education, Humanities, and Behavioral Sciences. And someone help her down the stairs. I was saying someone needs to help her down the stairs. The Professor of the Year award goes to Dr. Mebogna Drabo. He is from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, College of Engineering, Technology, and Physical Sciences. Is Dr. Drabo here?
You don't get the money then. Hey, he's supposed to be at Founders Day.
Let's give another round of applause for all our recipients.
Good afternoon. The Staff Award of Excellence are presented to the following. For the Division of Student Affairs, Mr. Dwayne Green, the Director of Office of Admissions. For the Division of Academic Affairs, Ms. Petula McKay Burks, Administrative Secretary. For the Department of Biological and Environmental Sciences. From the Division of Business and Finance, Ms. Courtney Green, Senior Budget Analyst of the Office of Budget and Planning. From the Information Technology Services Division, Ms. Kimberly Davis Burks, Executive Assistant to the Chief Information Officer. From the Division of Athletics, Mr. Dexter William, Athletic Operations Manager. And finally, our University Staff Employee of the Year, Ms. Ursula Brooks, Senior Budget Analyst in the Title III Office.
All right, let's please give all of our recipients another warm round of applause. At this time, we will present our new inductees into the Normal Legacy Society. On behalf of Alabama A&M University, each new member of the society will receive a plaque which reads, Normal Legacy Society, Class of 2022, given on this day, May 6 of 2022. So when I call your name, please come forward to accept your award. Our 2022 inductees are Mr. Aero and Lieutenant Colonel retired, Mrs. Carolyn Culpepper. Mr. Michael and Ms. Shala Ford. Mr. Michael and Mrs. Robin Miller.
Let me get one. Oh.
Yeah. Mr. Alvin and Mrs. Boyd Presnell. Mrs. Julia and Mr. Larry Shealy, but they could not be here today, so representing the Shealys are Mr. Christopher and Mrs. Janice White. All right, let's give them a warm round of applause. We thank them so much for all that they do and have done to support Alabama A&M, and again, congratulations on such a well-deserved recognition. We are pleased that each of you have joined us this morning as we pay homage to the legacy of Reverend Dr. William Hooper Council. We thank our speaker, the Honorable Linda Coleman Madison. Thanks to our choir, thanks to our wind ensemble, thanks to our ROTC department, detachment, and thanks to the Founders Day Committee and our university staff who served as ushers. Thanks to all of them. Please give everybody a resounding round of applause. Please join me in recognizing all of our distinguished guests, all of our elected officials, Representative Hall, and others. You can give them a round of applause. Please recognize our distinguished members of our Board of Trustees, members of the legislature and other elected officials, particularly those in Huntsville. Please recognize the President's Cabinet. Would you stand to be recognized, along with Associate Vice Presidents, Deans, and other administration. Please recognize the best faculty in the country, the faculty of Alabama A&M University. Will the staff of Alabama A&M, would you please stand? Will all of our wonderful students of Alabama A&M University, would you stand and be recognized? Will the retirees of the university, would you stand and be recognized? Will all alums, let us see you, all alums of the great university, Alabama A&M, would you stand and be recognized? Thank you so much for your attendance today. Now, as we close out this 147th Founders Day program, would the audience please stand as we close with the singing of the university hymn. And as you know, following the convocation, we will assemble, weather permitting, at the council gravesite in front of the eternal flame. BTS buses are available to transport the golden class and platform guests and others. Please remain seated for the recessional following the singing of the university hymn.
Oh
Thank you, Dr. Carney. Can we hold steadfast for 1 minute? We have a special presentation to our speaker, Senator Coleman, from the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. Please come forward.
To Senator Coleman Madison, on behalf of the Huntsville Alumni Chapter, myself, Tanita Phipps, as the first Vice President, Ovetta Hobson as the President, and Delta 85, we would like to present this small token of appreciation on your speaking here today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank Delta. Thank you, Soros.
I had to get me a buggy.
Yeah, I mean,